Have you ever had an inexplicable feeling that you've lived before? Perhaps you identify with places or time periods that you've never experienced in this life. According to Buddhist teachings, many of us carry signs from past lives, and these signs could reveal whether you are a reincarnated soul. In this video, you'll discover 9 powerful signs that could completely change how you view your existence. Imagine how it would feel to better understand the reasons behind your decisions, fears, and affinities. These signs could be the key to unlocking the mysteries of your soul, so stay with me until the end, because the last one is the most surprising of all. If you've ever felt out of place in the present or inexplicably drawn to certain historical periods, this video might provide the answers you've been searching for. Don't think this is just a coincidence. These signs are clear, and you might be more connected to your past than you realize. Before we begin, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share in the comments which sign caught your attention the most. Your engagement here could attract even more wisdom to your spiritual journey. Reincarnation is one of the central pillars of Buddhist philosophy, a belief that shapes how millions of people around the world understand life, death, and the purpose of their existence. According to Buddhism, reincarnation is the process by which the soul, after physical death, is reborn in a new body, continuing a journey that is much longer and more complex than a single lifetime. This perspective carries the notion that our actions, both positive and negative, accumulate karma, which directly influences the conditions of our future existences. Each life is an opportunity to learn, evolve, and correct past mistakes. Over the centuries, Buddhist teachings on reincarnation have been passed down from generation to generation, always with the intent of helping people understand that life is cyclical and that death is not the end, but merely a transition. This cycle, known as samsara, is driven by desire and ignorance, which keeps souls trapped in an endless repetition of births and deaths. However, the ultimate goal of Buddhism is to attain nirvana, a state of liberation where the soul is freed from this cycle. Reincarnation, then, is not seen as a destiny to be desired, but as a reality to be transcended. Within this context, the signs that someone is a reincarnated soul can be seen as reminders or vestiges of past lives, carrying lessons not yet learned or missions not yet completed. These signs can manifest in various ways, from innate abilities to feelings of déjà vu, or an inexplicable connection to certain cultures or eras. Buddhist teachings encourage us to pay attention to these signs, as they may offer clues about our purpose in this life and how we can advance on our spiritual journey. For those seeking a deeper understanding of themselves and their relationship with the universe, the signs of reincarnation are more than just curiosities. They are indicators of a larger reality, where each life is a piece of a much bigger puzzle. Recognizing and understanding these signs can help us live more consciously, with the wisdom that our actions have consequences that transcend a single existence. By exploring the 9 signs that you are a reincarnated soul, we are approaching knowledge that can transform our vision of who we are and what we can become. The signs that you are a reincarnated soul can manifest in subtle but striking ways, from that inexplicable feeling of familiarity with places you've never visited to skills and interests that seem to come from another time. These signs are present in many lives. If you've ever felt a deep connection with certain cultures or eras, or have memories that seem not to belong to this life, you may be experiencing the effects of past lives. Now let's explore 9 signs that might indicate you are a reincarnated soul. These signs are common, and often people experience them without realizing what they really mean. By recognizing these signs, you can begin to understand more about your soul and the lessons it carries from other existences. So, get ready for an inner journey where you may discover that your current life is just a part of a much longer and more fascinating story. The first sign that you may be a reincarnated soul is the experience of déjà vu, that strange and intense feeling that you've lived that moment before. Déjà vu is not just a fleeting impression. It often carries an emotional charge, as if something deeply familiar is happening again. In the context of reincarnation, déjà vu can be seen as a glimpse of a past life, a residual memory that resurfaces when you encounter a situation or environment similar to one you've experienced in another existence. These experiences can range from a simple feeling of familiarity to a clear recollection of specific details, such as people, places, or events. In addition to déjà vu, another strong indication of reincarnation is the inexplicable memories of places you have never visited or events you have never experienced in this life. Some people report having clear memories of historical eras or cultures with which they have no apparent connection. These memories can be so vivid that they feel real, generating a sense of nostalgia for something that technically was never lived. According to Buddhist teachings, these memories may be remnants of past lives, where the soul preserves fragments of previous experiences that have not been completely erased. If you have experienced déjà vu, or have memories that you cannot explain, it may be a sign that your soul is trying to communicate with you. These experiences can be an invitation to explore more deeply who you are and where you came from. Paying attention to these signs can open doors to a broader understanding of your spiritual journey and the lessons you brought from other lives. Ignoring these sensations may mean missing the opportunity to reconnect with the wisdom and experiences accumulated over many existences. Another powerful sign that you may be a reincarnated soul is an inexplicable attraction to certain cultures, eras, or places that technically should not hold any special significance for you. For example, some people feel a deep connection to ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, or even more recent periods like the Victorian era. This attraction can manifest in various ways, whether through a fascination with clothing, architecture, music, or an intense empathy for the challenges and values of that time. This feeling can be so strong that it feels almost like a longing or nostalgia for something that has already been lived. This connection can extend to specific places, even if you have never been there before. Perhaps you feel an inexplicable attraction to a country or city, and when you visit it, you feel as though you belong there. This feeling of familiarity and comfort, even in an unfamiliar environment, can indicate that your soul has already lived there in a past life. Buddhist teachings suggest that these deep connections are remnants of memories from previous lives, where the soul still carries a bond with those experiences and places. If you have a fascination with certain periods or cultures, consider that your soul might be recalling fragments of its past existences. This attraction may offer clues about the lessons and missions you brought from those lives. Exploring these connections can help you better understand your interests, talents, and even some of the choices you've made in this life. Ignoring this attraction may mean missing the chance to reconnect with a fundamental aspect of your spiritual journey. Have you ever noticed that you possess abilities or talents that seem to have appeared naturally, without the need for much learning or practice? This is one of the most revealing signs that you may be a reincarnated soul. People who possess artistic, musical, or intellectual gifts from a very young age often exhibit capabilities that go beyond what would be expected of someone without formal training. In Buddhism, it is believed that these innate abilities are reflections of knowledge and skills developed in past lives, which manifest again in a new existence. These innate talents are not limited to the arts or music. They can include skills in languages, leadership, healing, and more. You might, for example, learn a new language with ease, feel comfortable in leadership roles from an early age, or demonstrate a deep understanding of complex topics without much effort. These traits indicate that your soul has already had similar experiences in previous lives, and is now accessing these memories and abilities to continue its evolution. If you have skills that seem innate, recognize that they may be remnants of your past lives. These talents can offer clues about your purpose in this life, guiding your choices and trajectory. By exploring and developing these gifts, you can not only enhance your abilities, but also honor the experiences and knowledge accumulated throughout your many existences. Fears and phobias are common, but when these feelings arise without an apparent cause, they may be signs of traumatic experiences from past lives. Some people have a deep fear of heights, water, fire, or certain animals without ever having gone through a traumatic event related to these elements in this life. In the context of reincarnation, these fears may be remnants of painful or traumatic experiences lived by your soul in other lives, where the emotional impact was so intense that it left marks that transcended time. For example, a person with an irrational fear of water may have drowned in a previous life, while someone who fears fire without ever having been burned may have experienced a traumatic situation involving fire in another existence. These inexplicable fears may be a way for the soul to remember and perhaps even avoid experiences that caused suffering in the past. Buddhism suggests that facing and overcoming these fears is a way to release the negative karma associated with these experiences, allowing the soul to continue its evolutionary journey without the burdens of the past. If you have fears or phobias that do not seem to have a clear origin in this life, consider the possibility that they are echoes of experiences from past lives. Recognizing these fears as part of your spiritual heritage may be the first step in overcoming them. Facing these phobias with courage and understanding can help you release old traumas, allowing your soul to continue to evolve and free itself from the limitations of the past. Have you ever felt like you don't belong in the present, as if you were out of place in the time or environment in which you live? This feeling of being out of place or out of time is another sign that could indicate that you are a reincarnated soul. Many people describe a deep disconnection with the world around them, as if the norms and values of today don't resonate with what they truly believe or feel. This feeling can be especially strong in individuals who identify with cultures or historical periods different from the current one. It's as if you are living in a body and an era that aren't really yours. These feelings can arise when the soul carries memories from previous lives where the values, customs, and environments were different. For example, you may feel an affinity with traditions and lifestyles from other eras, or even sense that the people around you don't share the same fundamental principles as you. This temporal displacement can create a constant sense of nostalgia or a search for something undefined, which may actually be your soul's attempt to reconnect with past experiences that made more sense to it. If you feel that you were born in the wrong era or that you don't fit into today's society, consider that this may be a sign that your soul is carrying fragments of previous lives where it felt more at ease. These feelings can be an invitation to explore more deeply your inclinations and interests, possibly leading you to a greater understanding of your purpose in this life. Recognizing and honoring this sense of displacement may help alleviate frustration and find ways to integrate these parts of your soul into your present life. Have you ever met someone for the first time and felt an instant connection, as if that person were an old friend? This phenomenon may be another sign that you are a reincarnated soul. According to Buddhist teachings, some souls are connected through several lives, meeting again and again in different circumstances. These deep connections can manifest as an immediate feeling of trust, empathy, or even love at first sight. It's as if something inside you recognizes the other person, even though you have no conscious memory of them. These connections don't always have to be positive. In some cases, you may feel a strong aversion or distrust towards someone for no apparent reason. This could also indicate that you had a difficult or conflicted relationship in a past life. These soul reunions may have the purpose of resolving unfinished business, learning important lessons, or simply continuing the joint journey that began in another existence. Buddhism teaches that these relationships are opportunities for the soul to evolve and purify the karma accumulated in previous lives. If you've ever experienced an instant connection with someone, whether positive or negative, it may be a sign that your soul has known this person in another life. Recognizing these connections can help you better understand your current relationships and work on the lessons your soul needs to learn. Honoring these connections can strengthen beneficial relationships and help heal those that are challenging. A strong intuition and wisdom that seems to go beyond your current age are characteristics often associated with reincarnated souls. People who have sharp intuition tend to make decisions based on feelings or gut instincts that later prove to be correct. This ability to know without a logical explanation is seen in Buddhism as a skill developed over many lives, where the soul has accumulated knowledge and experiences that now manifest as intuition. This wisdom is not something learned in this life, but rather a deep and innate understanding of the world and the people around you. In addition to intuition, many reincarnated souls demonstrate wisdom that seems disproportionate to their chronological age. Children who speak with maturity, understand complex concepts, or show deep empathy for situations they have not yet experienced may be examples of old souls. This early wisdom can reflect the lessons and experiences accumulated in past lives, which naturally emerge as the soul continues its journey in a new existence. In Buddhism, this is seen as a blessing and an opportunity to continue evolving, using the lessons of the past to guide the present. If you feel you possess strong intuition or wisdom that goes beyond your age, this could be a sign that your soul has already traveled many journeys. Utilizing this intuition and wisdom may be crucial to successfully navigating life's challenges. By trusting in these gifts, you can make decisions more aligned with your true purpose and continue to grow spiritually, honoring the lessons your soul has brought from other lives. Dreams can be windows to our past lives, and when these dreams are extremely vivid, detailed, and recurring, they may indicate that you are a reincarnated soul. Unlike common dreams, these dreams feel real, as if you are reliving moments from another life. They may include historical settings, characters who seem familiar, and events that seem to have great emotional significance. Some people report dreams where they see themselves living in other eras, wearing old-fashioned clothes, speaking different languages, or interacting with people and environments they have never experienced in their current life. These dreams may be more than just fragments of the imagination. They could be memories of past lives that emerge while the conscious mind is at rest. According to Buddhist teachings, while we sleep, our soul may reconnect with memories from other existences, bringing to the surface experiences that still have relevance to our spiritual journey. These dreams may be trying to communicate something important about your soul, perhaps a lesson that still needs to be learned, a trauma that needs healing, or a talent that needs to be rediscovered. If you have vivid and recurring dreams that seem to take place in other eras, it may be a sign that your soul is trying to show you fragments of your past lives. Paying attention to these dreams, perhaps recording them in a journal, can help you better understand these messages and discover patterns that repeat themselves. By exploring and reflecting on these dreams, you may find answers and guidance for your current life, tapping into the wisdom accumulated from your previous existences. The final sign that you may be a reincarnated soul is a deep sense of purpose and mission, something that transcends the common goals of everyday life. Many reincarnated souls feel, from an early age, that they are here for a specific reason, that they have something important to accomplish. This feeling can manifest as an inner calling to help others, to transform something in society, or to pursue a higher spiritual path. Unlike personal or professional goals, this purpose seems greater, more urgent, and more meaningful, as if it were connected to a mission that the soul brought from another life. This sense of purpose may be accompanied by a constant feeling that time is running out and that something important needs to be done. Some people report feeling internal pressure to fulfill this purpose, as if they already know that they came to this life to complete something that began in a previous existence. In Buddhism, this feeling is seen as a sign that the soul is aware of its unfinished lessons and is determined to evolve, fulfilling its karma and advancing on its spiritual journey. If you feel that you have a deep and significant life mission, it may be a sign that your soul has already gone through many lives and is now trying to fulfill a purpose that transcends the ordinary. Following this calling, even if it doesn't make immediate sense to others, may be crucial for your spiritual growth and the fulfillment of your soul's destiny. By recognizing and honoring this mission, you can live a fuller life, more aligned with what your soul truly came here to do in this existence. Recognizing the signs of reincarnation in yourself can be a moment of profound revelation, opening doors to a broader understanding of who you really are and what your purpose is in this life. When we realize that we carry traits and memories from past lives, we begin to see our current existence from a new perspective. The decisions we make, the challenges we face, and even the people we meet can be understood as parts of a larger and more complex path. In Buddhism, this awareness is seen as an important step in the soul's journey, as it allows you to deal with the lessons and karma accumulated from other existences, turning the past into a driving force for your spiritual growth. These reflections can bring up deep questions about what it means to live consciously. When you recognize the signs of reincarnation, you begin to see that life is not a sequence of random events, but rather a continuity of experiences and lessons. Every action, thought, and choice you make has the potential to impact not just this life, but also future existences. This understanding can inspire you to live more intentionally, seeking to align your actions with a greater purpose. This doesn't mean living with the constant pressure to get it right, but rather with the awareness that every moment is an opportunity for evolution. The acceptance of reincarnation can also profoundly influence your relationships. When you understand that the people around you may have been part of your past lives, the challenges and connections that arise in these relationships gain new meaning. Conflicts can be seen as opportunities for healing and resolving old karma, while deep bonds can be recognized as continuations of ties from other lives. This perspective can help you cultivate patience, compassion, and empathy, knowing that each interaction is a vital part of your spiritual journey. Finally, the implications of reincarnation can transform how you view success and fulfillment. Instead of seeking external validation or material achievements, you may feel more motivated to pursue spiritual evolution and fulfill your life's mission. The awareness that your soul has already traveled many paths and still has many more ahead can bring a sense of peace and purpose that goes beyond the pressures of the modern world. With this perspective, you can live more authentically and meaningfully, knowing that every step taken in this life brings you closer to realizing your spiritual destiny. Throughout this video, we explored the 9 signs that you may be a reincarnated soul, based on the profound Buddhist teachings on reincarnation. These signs, from the feeling of déjà vu to wisdom beyond your age, offer a glimpse into a greater reality, where each life is a continuation of the soul's journey. By recognizing these signs in yourself, you have the opportunity to better understand your purpose, heal past wounds, and live more consciously and intentionally. If this content resonated with you, it's because your soul is ready to take the next step in its spiritual evolution. Reflect on the signs we explored and think about how they manifest in your life. Allow yourself to delve into the memories, connections, and skills you've brought from other existences. These insights could be the key to unlocking a new level of awareness and personal fulfillment. Before finishing, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. This not only helps us continue to bring content that can enrich your journey, but also reinforces your connection with these teachings. And please share in the comments which of the 9 signs stood out the most to you. Your experience may inspire others to reflect on their past and present lives. See you next time.